Hello there, I'm Stray Cat, and my co-host is Big Dog. Thank you for checking us out, or if you're a returning viewer, welcome back to Wacky Totem Spin Sports for another episode of Scorpion Sports Show.
As usual, we will talk about last week's NFL results, this week's spreads, and the Scorpions' picks.
A total of 15 games were played last week, and again, it was a favorites week with 9 out of 15 favorites covered.
The 6 underdogs who beat the spreads are Carolina, Miami, Jacksonville, Oakland, Chicago, and Dallas. The Monday night total score is 48, which is just 1 point shy of Scorpio's prediction.
Last week's useless fact for you, 6 out of 8 favorites playing away covered the spreads, and those are Indianapolis, New England, Baltimore, Detroit, Denver, and San Francisco. For last week, Scorpios got 8 out of 15 picks correct. The Monday night total score prediction was 49, just 1 point over the actual 48 points. Of 15 favorites, 7 played at home and only 3 of them covered, which are Cleveland, Arizona, and Philadelphia. The surprising upset was Dallas beat Seattle. Cincinnati tied with Carolina, Oakland nearly beat San Diego, and Philadelphia spanked New York Giants. St. Louis held a 14-point lead over San Francisco in the first half and then resumed to be as everyone expected. The good news is Scorpio improved the picks from previous week by 1. To see a summary of the results, spreads, and picks, please check out the description below. Coming up next is Scorpios to give you this week's spreads and their picks.
We went 8-7 last week, nothing to be proud of. We got a couple teams that are killing us. Shout out to Raiders' new head coach, Tony Soprano, who almost got the Raiders a victory. Almost counts in 2 things, horseshoes and nuclear bomb. Well, let's talk about the Giants. New York Giants. Which team is going to show up? You got the team that plays perfect on weeks, and then you got the team that gets blown out on weeks. The Giants got blown out last week. Cleveland's playing way above their heads. Pittsburgh's defense is a no-show this season. I know we got a lot of Pittsburgh fans out there. I feel your pain, Pittsburgh. And let's talk about another team, Chicago Bears. Which Chicago Bears team is going to show up week to week? We really don't have a clue. And the last team, the most unpredictable team in football would have to be the Atlanta Falcons this year. The Atlanta Falcons, you never know which team's going to show up. So we're going to change the picks dramatically this week, see if we can't get a winning week going.
New England 9.5 points at home against New York Jets.
New England's 9.5 over the Jets. The Jets look terrible this week. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's take the Jets a 9.5 in an upset this week.
Chicago Bears at home. 3.5 points over Miami Dolphins.
I'm through with the Bears. I'm taking Miami in the points.
Detroit Lions 3.5 points over New Orleans Saints.
Wow, that's a tough game. I'm gonna go up with my gut and take Detroit and give it 3.5.
Buffalo Bills at home 4.5 points over Minnesota Vikings.
Taking the Bills, giving a 4.5, no doubt. Pick of the week.
Okay. Green Bay Packers at home 7.5 points over Carolina Panthers.
You know, there was a tie in the NFL last week. Killed everybody's. 7.5. Cam Newton's been in every game. He's lost some close games. I'm going to take Carolina in the points this week. I'm going to go with the upset this week. Got to take some chances here. We got to get back on top of this pool here.
Baltimore Ravens 7.5 over Atlanta Falcons.
Taking Baltimore. Ravens, Atlanta just, is not impressing me right now.
Washington Redskins 5.5 points at home over Tennessee Titans.
Taking the Redskins. They're going to win a game. I've picked the Redskins the last 4 weeks. The Redskins have cost me. Taking the Redskins at home.
The Seattle Seahawks away 6.5 points at St. Louis Rams.
Taking the Seahawks. They're not going to lose back-to-back games. They're going to win big over the Rams. That's my other pick of the week.
Indianapolis Colts at home 3.5 points over Cincinnati Bengals.
Cincinnati, I've been talking about the red-headed white kid now, Andy Dalton, for 3 weeks. Last 2 weeks we talked about the red-headed white boy, Andy Dalton, and he looked like Dennis the Menace last week in a terrible loss. That's a tough game. I think we'll take the Colts and get the points.
Cleveland Browns away 5.5 points over Jacksonville Jaguars.
Taking Cleveland and giving the points.
San Diego Chargers 4.5 points over Kansas City Chiefs.
San Diego's playing the best football right now in the National Football League. I hate two teams I hate, the Denver Broncos and the San Diego Chargers. But Phillip Rivers playing possess. The Raiders, they only beat the Raiders by 3. The Raiders came out looking strong off a bye week. I'm going to take the Chargers and give the points.
Dallas Cowboys 5.5 points over New York Giants. This is a division rivalry that's going to decide. It's probably going to have repercussion near the end of the season. Who's going to get into the playoff, right? Off season.
I got the Cowboys. I'm winning the game and not covering. I'm taking the Giants on the points this week.
Arizona away 3.5 points at Oakland's Raiders.
Everybody's got to win a game sooner or later. I'm taking the Raiders over Arizona. I'll probably be at that game. I'm taking the Raiders over Arizona. So
really?
We're going on. Yeah, we're going. Raiders going to win a game here pretty soon. That might be time. Fuck Carson Palmer. Left the Raiders. Came to the Raiders, didn't do
Cricket.
shit. I got the Raiders banging Carson Palmer. I got the Raiders winning that game at home.
Denver Broncos at home 6.5 points over San Francisco 49ers.
I'm taking the 49ers over Denver.
Pittsburgh Steelers at home 3.5 points over Houston Texans.
Pittsburgh, I'm through with Pittsburgh. I'm taking the Texans and the points. Pittsburgh's done.
Alrighty. Monday night total score.
Pittsburgh and Houston,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 45. Got that game being 24-21. All jokes aside, I think that you can expect some big things this week. I think the Raiders are going to win their first game this week. I think that Pittsburgh's defense is done. And last but not least, the Jets will never cover.
Well, that's the end of this episode of Scorpio's Sports Show for this week's NFL games. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Please post your comments below. Thank you.